we got into a conversation. Well, what brought this up, Kevin? Do you remember?
What brought up cover songs?
It was the Ataris.
Yes,
Ataris, Boys of Summer. All right, so Kevin made a Don Henley joke, and then we started talking about, wow, I bet a lot of people don't even know that original song because it's so old now. Then we started about cover songs and everything. And then we thought it might be fun. And one day we got to do a day where we just play cover songs all day because there's so many great KROQ cover songs. We thought it would be fun to kind of go around the room and just everybody picks a favorite cover song, and we play a little piece of it. What do you think?
I like it.
Why don't you go first?
We have to do a day of it. I agree. And we'll have to get the listeners' suggestions as well because there's so many great covers.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye West Stronger was covered by 30 Seconds to Mars on this BBC One radio. Is that right, Bean? In the morning they have...
Yeah. They do a live lounge thing where they have, kind of like we do with the Sound Space, but they often ask them, hey, can you do a cover while you're here? And that's the one 30 Seconds to Mars shows.
And I'm not a huge fan of the remakes that are exactly the same. Like the Ataris is the Don Henley song.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. This is a completely different direction than Kanye went.
Don't kill me, only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, 'cause I can't give much longer.
And then it goes on like that, but they changed it entirely.
I
love it.
I'll allow it, by the way.
Being allows it, you guys.
Bean allows it.
Well,
everybody.
the Kanye version was just a cover of Daft Punk.
Right, sure.
Jeez, come on.
All right, my turn. This is a rare one where both versions of the song are KROQ songs. 1991, Cypress Hill's first ever single was called "How I Could Just Kill a Man." 10 years later, Rage Against the Machine did an excellent covers album where they covered the Rolling Stones and Devo and Eric B. and Rakim and a bunch of other bands, and they chose to cover that Cypress Hill song. Here's the Rage Against the Machine version of "How I Could Just Kill a Man."
I didn't have to blast him, but I did anyway. Ha ha ha, young punk had to pay. So I just killed a man. Here is something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man. Here is something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man.
I'll allow it.
And by the way, I love
Yeah.
both versions of that song.
Same.
That's one where the original is great, and the cover is also great, but I
Same.
thought it was worth a mention.
They bring
Allie,
Be
you're up
Real
next.
out a bunch to do it with them as well sometimes.
Right, yeah.
Allie.
I think a lot of you know my favorite era of KROQ music was the 80s. Give me some synth pop. Give me some Depeche Mode. Give me that. Well, I heard this remake of my favorite Thompson Twin song, which is from the most iconic scene in 16 Candles. I heard this remake on One Tree Hill. Don't judge. And I thought, how dare you, sir? How dare you redo this? And then 3 seconds in, I'm like, how dare I never heard this before? It's perfect. It's by Carey Brothers, and it is If You Were Here.
Allie's crying.
Do you just put it on at home and just sit over the cake and just stare at it?
But I'm alone. There's no Jake.
So we all don't have good choices then, I guess, right?
Right? It can't all be good.
Yeah.
Take it next go.
Dare you?
Dave?
Yeah, guys, my favorite cover is Muse's Feeling Good. They covered Nina Simone, and it was the first...
Are you crying now?
Are you having an aneurysm? What's happening?
This light is killing me.
What's happening?
The very first time I saw him perform it was in concert, and I didn't know it was a cover, so I looked into it and realized that it was Nina Simone, and it led me to her music. So it was such an awesome song, and it's such a different version that I love it, and it's the best, and no one will pick a better song than me.
And I'm feeling good.
Did they do this in that show in Vegas where they opened for Rage?
Yes, and then he
I think
uses
they play it a lot.
Then he uses the megaphone and he starts singing into it.
See, now that's a great example, Dave, of a cover song that most Muse fans would have no idea that song is more than 50 years old.
Right.
You know, and wouldn't take the time to go back and look for the
And
original
don't need
source.
to because that's a better one.
I don't know that it's better, but it's also excellent.
Yeah. You're crazy. You're nuts.
All right, who's next?
I'll go next.
Omar?
So during high school, I was a huge fan. You know, I come from a goth background, okay? So
Yep.
I used to listen to Nine Inch Nails' Hurt probably one time a day for a year.
And were you sobbing
One of my
every
favorite-
time?
No, yeah,
Crying,
yeah, you
cutting
know.
yourself.
Were you a
and
cutter?
I really thought that song couldn't get any better. And then I heard Johnny Cash's version of it.
Yeah.
And it added a whole new meaning and dimension to the song. So that's my pick for best cover.
What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end.
I think you're right, in that the entire interpretation of the song changes when it's being sung by somebody in their 30s versus somebody in their 70s.
Totally.
And the video, of course, is just
Fantastic.
it just burned into your mind as one of the greatest ever. Good choice.
Thanks.
All right, who's up? Christine?
I'll go next.
All right.
So I'm probably going to get a little hate from this choice.
Beautiful.
But the original band is just such an iconic KROQ band. And when I heard this cover, I was just so surprised that for some reason it stuck with me even more than the original, even though I love that original song. And my favorite era of music is that 90s to early 2000s emo era.
Right.
And so this band is called the Get Up Kids. And they covered The Cure's Close to Me.
That's an awful cover.
Come on.
What is wrong with you?
The original is 1,000 times better.
If you don't like that
That's
style
an
of music,
awful
I
cover.
knew Kevin was going to be so I thought it was Omar that was going to give me the hate.
Such a
but-
The girls can't play this game. Come on, Chip, save it, Chip, save them.
All right, so obviously there's no surprise my favorite band is The Offspring. And they do some great covers. Like, you cover AFI, they cover AC/DC, they do a great cover of Hey Joe. But my favorite is their cover of one of my favorite other punk bands, The Damned, Smash It Up.
We've been crying out for too long, and now I'm gonna dance to a different song. Gonna scream and shout to my dying breath. Gonna smash it up till there's nothing left. Ooh, smash it up, smash it up, smash it up.
Yeah, it's real good.
That's real good.
It's real good, you guys.
So only Christine's was bad?
Hey.
And Allie's?
Kevin, you did 30 seconds to Mars Stronger.
And that was a good choice.
All right.
Thank you for noticing.